Hey designers, excited about Figma AI? Yes, that is actually helping most of the designers, but it is not that scalable so far. When I'm actually designing industry level standard applications, right, these AI features doesn't help at all. And we have actually three different sections altogether when it comes to AI. That is like first one is like image editing, and the second one is like design tools, and where we have so many options. Third category is like refining and writing. Let's try to understand them one by one and try to work with them how they actually behave. Now if you see here, we have this image editing part where we have kind of a remove background that actually works very good compared to other design tools. And this is like make an image. If you are creating different basic images, right, when you want to use them into the website or whenever you want to use them into the different things, right, compared to other AI tools or image generated tools out there, this is far better than that, right? And when you are trying to do the image editing, and when you have actual images in place and try to do the editing on that, that actually works little better compared to other design tools. And when you get into this design tool section, we have different options like first draft. Under this first draft, we have different options like you can create wireframes, and it is very basic, guys. If you want to create the UIs, it's like pulling out some predefined templates from its own design system library, and it is actually creating some kind of images there. I'll be breaking down in detail how this first draft will work, and I'll be creating different tutorial for this one. And renaming layer, and that also actually sucks when you have so many screens into designs. I'll be showing you guys that later. And replace content, and that actually works well. All right, and adding interaction also doesn't understand when you have so many micro interactions into your design. This is actually helping when you have very generic applications, but when you actually go with a specific use cases like creating complex flows or creating complex things, right, that actually doesn't help. And similarly, we have the third section and as part of the refining and rewriting content. All right, so when you have these kind of a things, right, when you have big complex table, or when you have some kind of a secondary text, this read write option helps a lot, and that actually brings very good content. It actually compares the data from all the different places and actually creates or regenerates the things for you, and you can use that professionally. All right, that actually helps. Let's say we have very big paragraph where users are very much confused about what to get out of it, then this shortening the content will help a lot and actually cuts and reduces the things, try to shorten the content, all right, in general. And this translate to is one of the feature where you have different languages support. Let's say you have all the UX writings, whatever you have in your application, let's say that is into English, you can actually convert that into Chinese, German, or different languages altogether. You don't have to understand what actually you have to make it, and you can work with the different clients from different countries, and that is actually helping a lot to translate. All right, that is about basics of these different sections, and let's try to get into the action and try to understand how these will actually help you guys. Hey designers, welcome back to my channel Design with Pramod. Let's do designing together. Now let's try to understand this image editing section. All right, so we'll try to create the image first, then we'll try to remove its background, and we'll try to enhance its quality. There is one more feature what I haven't displayed here, and there is like option called image editing, and let's test them out how these work. All right, so let's go here and try to enter some command here, and that all AI features are actually hidden under this action section. All right, so with the help of command K you can open that feature. All right, so that actually opens up one pop-up here, and we'll try to make an image first. So I'm just giving the command like create image of couple standing in nature. All right, let's see how that actually generates the image. I'm entering here. That actually takes a lot of time to generate one image if it is little complex, but this is simple image, guys, what we are trying to do. And that actually gave us one good image here, and let's try to edit that image. All right, so that can be like make woman hugging tight. All right, I'm just giving the command here. Let's see how that actually edits. Not sure whether that will work or not. You see that, right? That actually failed. AI only created this image, but I wanted to make this woman hugging this guy died, but that didn't actually work. Now try to test out this feature called boost the resolution. All right, so let's go and try to select this image first, and let's try to select that boost the image quality. All right, so that is actually boosting. Let's try to zoom in this one and try to check this guy's ear. All right, that this looks pixelated now, and let's see how that AI works and boost the resolution. You see that, right? That is actually working well. You see that, right? This actually created the image, but if you see there, right, this actually missed putting the buttons on the shirt of this guy, and that is actually funny, guys. That is how the AIs are failing nowadays creating the images. All right, and one more thing, what we always see is like hands, right? The AI are actually failing when actually comes to the hands. All right, this is how these hands are coming here, and that is minor issue, I would say. And let's try to test one more feature of this one called remove background. All right, let's try to select this image again, and let's try to remove the background. You see that, right, guys? That actually removed the background. It is better than other AI tools out there, and that is all about image editing features. All right, let's try to understand how this design tools section works. First, what we'll do, we'll try to create first draft from this one. That could be the basic UI. All right, and we'll try to rename the layers if the layers are not properly given, and then we'll try to replace the content. All the different things we'll try to do here. And let's go to this section again and try to create our first draft, and that actually gives this basic app. All right, and this is like a UI, basic UI. All right, whenever it comes to the complex UX, guys, it actually doesn't create it. Actually right now it is actually focusing on only UI part. All right, so create a flow grocery app. All right, let's hit enter, and let's wait for some time to create screens. You see this, right? So this actually created beautiful UI. All right, and this actually gives you some custom options where you can customize your themes. All right, let's go with a white or blue or whatever. All right, if you want. And with that, this is actually changing its fonts, if you see that, right? And it is actually changing its primary color too. You see that, right? Again, if I go here and select this one, you see that, right? Its primary color is changing. This is the primary color here. You see that, right? Not sure, when I go to the different option, it is actually not keeping its home icon here. There is a problem again. And if I go here, this is actually bringing up different icons altogether. But when I go to the different theming sections, it is not actually working, and there is a fail, guys. This could improve a lot in coming days. And let's try to check the different sections of this design tools. All right, and here we have this app, right? Create a flow of grocery app. This was a command. This actually did not create the flow for us. Ideally it should have complete flow, right? But actually this only focused on UI part. All right, so that is not actually helping. So if we want to work again, we have to work again as a designers, and we have to complete this flow. That is a fail, guys, at the first itself. And let's go and try to use different features here. All right, so that could be our add interactions. Not sure if we have multiple screens only, that interaction will work. And not sure where will I use that interaction, because it didn't create me any kind of a different screens here. As I said, that is about our first draft, guys. Let's try to test out different features here. That is like replace content. All right, so that didn't actually work because it is actually saying select a few repeating items here. We don't have the few repeating items here, so let's try to repeat this one here. So I have repeated this fruits section altogether, and let's try to select all of them here. It should actually change the images and its names altogether. If I do this one, right, let's try to test that out. I'm selecting all these apple images, and let's try to hit on this replace content. All right, so it is actually saying the same again, and that is also fail. It is not detecting these all images whatever I have selected, and it actually created by its own, but it is actually not detecting these images are all same. It should actually change their images. It is also not detecting these similar text here. And let's go and try to test different things. All right, and we have the layers here as part of this one. If you see, right, category card 1, 7, all these different things we have here, and we'll try to rename these layers. All right, let's select this frame again and let's try to rename layers. It is actually working. It is actually saying done, but I'm not satisfied. I have to rework on this one if I want to make the changes. All right, let's try to test different features now. Let me go here and try to add interaction. We'll try to create this one as a different page, and let's go to the command again and try to create the login screen for this grocery app. Select this first draft and let's ask the AI to create the login page for the grocery app. All right, let's wait for some time and let's see how that actually creates our login page. This is okay. So you see this page, right? This looks very raw, but actually didn't give any kind of a image or whatever. You see this, right? In this UI itself, I see some drawbacks here. As a designer, if I see, you see this corner radius of this input box, and if you see this button, right? If I am the designer here, I would actually keep my all the input boxes border radius same. And if I see here, right, this actually created me some different kind of a corners here and corners here as well. And if you see here, right, typographies are different altogether. It actually didn't understand that, and these are the different disadvantages though. And I want to stop here since it is a basic, guys. The conclusion is this is actually failing to create the level of expectations I had of this one. All right, this could actually improve in future. Now let's try to understand refining and writing section. So we have one paragraph here that actually gives a meaning of UX, and let's try to use different features. So how these rewriting and refining is helping us. All right, so let's select this text here first, and then let's try to go here, try to rewrite this one. All right, I'm just asking to change its content. There is a bug again. If I want to change my text, right, it is not helping me do that. For that I have to rewrite this again. All right, it is actually working on that, and let's see what it actually changes. So this actually changed. All right, see that how it was before and now it is actually changed. All right, and let's go and use the other feature of it, that is like shorten. So I'll select this again and try to shorten that. Let's see how that actually shortens my text. It actually shortened me to this level, and it actually gave me some kind of a short text here. That is actually working well. Let's try to test the third feature of it, that is like translate to. We have lot of languages here. Let's try to change it to Hindi. You see that, right? That is actually working. As I told you guys, these all different basic things what AI is doing, it's like next level. But if you are expecting this to do everything, right, it is actually not the great expectations what you have right now. To conclude, you guys, AI is not actually replacing the designers. This is actually helping UI wise, but not in the UX wise. As I told you guys, with the help of its own design library, the components are replaced here, and some kind of a basic layouts it is actually creating. Try to get the help of this AI features what Figma is offering, but try to create by your own. Well, that is all about Figma AI, guys. Thanks for watching and staying till the end. Please do like, share and subscribe. See you. Bye bye.